Yeah. They mad, they hate me and irritated. Wow. Close your mouth, you can save it without a doubt. Yeah. You won't claim it, you is a slouch. Live in your mom's basement. They mad, they hate me and irritated. Stop complaining.
All right. Hey, what's good, fellas? How y'all doing?
What's going on, Lifeline?
Ain't nothing, man. Sev called a midweek episode. So this is GOAT Measures number 19. Usually we start with the players and everything. We got Sev in the building. Sev, what's good?
What's good?
We got Benny Blanco in the building.
What's going on?
All right, so we're gonna speed through it. Sev called the midweek meeting. So Sev, what you want? Why you call us out?
Listen, Benny need to go play the lottery. Last week, my man get promoted to co-host. This week, the Knicks beat Boston in a crazy overtime game. It's ridiculous. Go play the lottery. I don't know what numbers to play. Play 718. I don't care. Just as long as it's New York, baby. As long as it's New York. I'm proud of these boys. I be hating. I don't know. Right. I got a little hate in me. I don't know if any of y'all noticed that, but I got a little hate in me. Okay. And the Knicks showed me something last night. I don't know what it was, but they showed me something.
Yeah, because last episode, he didn't sound convinced, B. Remember?
At all.
We was like, how many games? He was like, yo, I'll tell you after the first. You was real skeptic on the last episode.
I did say that, didn't I?
Well, to be honest, it's like everybody out here has written the Knicks off. Everybody in the world seem. So it's like that win, at least, like me as a Knicks fan, at least that just gives me belief. Okay, they you got the W, you know you could start chopping away, but at least you believe you can do it. So now it's just getting the strategy and how you're gonna do it.
Facts.
Yeah. And the biggest thing for me in that game yesterday was definitely Bridges and definitely OG.
Yeah.
OG definitely made a difference last night. Definitely. Yeah.
He made big timely shots.
Yeah. Yes.
And I'm about to put this in the record book right now. Today is May 6, 2025.
Okay.
Brunson is my favorite player in the league right now.
Really?
Over KD.
Whoa.
It's time to have the new regime.
Whoa.
Right now, my
After
favorite
that
player.
Speech you gave me?
Yeah. Nah, I still rock with KD. He just I always it was always KD, Dame Lillard, and Kyrie. Those are my three favorite players in the league.
Okay.
Right now, I'm gonna make it 4, so I'm not gonna get these guys out of here. But Brunson is the top dog now.
No doubt.
He's the top dog.
That's big right there. That's big. So are we officially saying that Brunson is the best Knicks player ever?
Not he just ain't played long enough. But what I will say this is that I don't know how to say this. He's the most impactful Knick I've ever seen.
Ooh.
Like when it's time to win a game, when it's time to control a game, when it's time. I've seen some good Knicks. I see some good winning shots from Bernard King, the Patrick Ewing, the Carmelo Anthony. I seen a lot, but this guy different.
Wow.
And he's not doing it for a game. He's doing it for seasons with an S on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen, he's Captain Clutch. Like, yo, the numbers are ridiculous. It wasn't even a close competition when it came down, when they did the numbers in the fourth quarter and the shots. It wasn't even close. And like I said, they were comparing it to Michael Jordan numbers from back then. But listen, the guy is tough. what he's since he got to the Knicks, I've been watching him. He's tough. He's not afraid of the moment. Actually, he thrives in the moment. He thrives in the moment. So listen, man, I'm a believer, man. Knicks in 6.
Okay. So we changing it up. Well, listen, I'll say this and I'll let it be because I don't want to take your day away. This might be National Benny Blanco Day. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but I was impressed. I was impressed. I actually agree with everything y'all saying about Brunson. I was happy to see OG step up like that. I was a little disappointed in Cat. Cat and Hart should not be averaging the same on points and rebounds in the game. They should not be, but that says a lot about Hart. Yes. And I think Brunson shows us a lot of how when players are in the wrong system or on the wrong team, how they can be deflated and not show their greatness. And I think like Brunson coming to New York might have made this move that he could make. And I initially thought it was a crappy move. I remember arguing with Lifeline about it, but man, this dude, he is what he is, man. I salute him.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Definitely. And how do you feel? Do you feel like the Knicks, did Boston give the game up or the Knicks took the game?
What you think, Benny?
Well, obviously, again, after being down by 20, they're just scrapping. At that point, they're just scrapping and any stop. So then, you get a stop, try to get a basket, try to get to the line. And that's what it was. They started getting a bunch of stops. And the Knicks, believe it or not, were one of the best teams in the league at scoring after turnovers. They were one of the best in the league. So it's all about just turning up the pressure on D. And if you get the turnover, we're gonna score, and we can get a lot of separation on the other team like that.
Yeah, I actually believe that the Knicks took this game and Boston didn't give it to them. And the reason I'm gonna give the Knicks the nod on that is because didn't we just see this in the first series, down by 17, come back, make a great run. So I have to give the Knicks the nod and say, yeah, they took it. I seen them do it before. So I don't think this is a one-off or a fluke. In Lifeline, as much as I hate to say that you were right, you might be right. You might be right, Lifeline.
About what?
You said last week that you believe the Knicks are strong enough to beat Boston because they tough. And I was like, I don't think so. I don't know if it was recorded. I hope not. But you was right.
Yeah.
Watching them last night, I think that the Knicks are strong enough and tough enough to actually beat Boston.
And I listened to last week's episode, and I also said that Brunson might be the best scorer in this series.
You did. You did.
And the reason being, well, first of all, he has the ball because he's the point guard.
That helps.
But he get the score from all three levels. He get the score from all three levels. So there, and I believe he's the best. Well, I mean, the league said it too. He's the best clutch player in the league.
Mm-hmm. So
the Knicks almost have to be like what Mike said. Like Mike said, he didn't really say this, but I'm quoting Mike by watching his career. Mike said, yo, get me there and I make sure we won't lose. But you get there by yourself. But sometimes it's one player to get you over the top. And that's Brunson. Oh, yeah. That's Brunson right now. So, and I'm with y'all. The Knicks took it. And the reason being, they fought back, but even that, in clutch possessions, Anunoby making a big shot. Cat getting a good putback. Brunson 2 3-pointers. It was a lot of things that happened Bridges making a three-pointer. It's a lot of things that happened in that short time that the Knicks wasn't going away. They wasn't going away. Because it's easy to get down by 2 or 3 on the road and just be like, you know what? We fought it out.
Definitely.
Oh, we'll get them next game. It was like, oh, this our game. And that's how Brunson, Anunoby, and one time, and I became a fan in this last game. I told you I represent the Knicks, but I don't be fanned them out.
Yeah.
I promise you, I don't know if it was overtime or what I said, get OG the ball.
Yeah.
And they gave it to him to get a shot. I said, I was clapping like, I didn't want to clap loud. I was like, get OG the ball, baby.
You gave him one of the Tim Duncan celebrations.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the ill N1 at the end of that, swinging on the legs all crazy. Right there, they had full confidence. At that point right there, they had full confidence. They were looking at Boston like, we're here.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: going forward, who's gonna be the number 2 guy on the Knicks? Because we know Brunson is definitely the number 1 guy. Who is it gonna be? OG? Is it gonna be Cat, or is it just any given night at this point?
Well, I'm a true believer that if we are gonna win, Cat has to play good. Number 1, he has to stop with the getting in foul trouble. It's annoying already. You know, that's number 1. But his scoring and his passing is lethal for us. I'm telling you, I watch every single game, and when we're rolling and he's like the offense is actually running through him, nobody can stop us. Like the percentages are crazy. So that's why I'm like, a lot of times Brunson should play a little off ball.
Yeah. I only would say what Ben said, but as of last night, who gives a fuck?
Just win.
Only thing that I hope that Cat don't do by him not, because I want him to be the second best. I told you it'd be Brunson, Cat, then OG. Then Bridges. But as what I seen last night, it don't matter. But Cat need to stay. He got to have the mindset that it don't matter. Like he don't have to be the second guy, like Cora and all that. But he has to impact the game. Secondly, grab 15 rebounds. If you don't get 15 points, get 15 rebounds. If you don't get this, get that. Like, there's other ways he could impact the game. So therefore, I don't really even care at this moment right now who's the second scorer, whatever, because I said this. I said it last week too, so I'm glad we're doing a show right now because the next time we might talk, the Knicks might lose. You know what I mean? But I said, yo, if our top 4 play good, Boston might have a problem. And both of you like, we don't know if they could do it. And Cat can do it, but the other 3 guys came through. And Hart, I'm gonna tell you something my man Smitty Loke said about Reggie Miller. If you watch the game, you heard Reggie Miller commentary about Josh Hart. What's his name?
Josh Hart. Yeah.
My man texted me today, right? Because he didn't watch the game yesterday. He watched it today. So he texted me while I'm at work. My man Smitty Loke texted me while I'm at work. He was like, yo, I want somebody to love me like Reggie Miller loved Josh Hart.
Yo, he ain't lying. Because at one point, Reggie was like, I love me some Josh Hart.
Yo.
Now, it's a fact. Every time Josh Hart touched the ball, Reggie Miller went down his whole resume. He's like, Josh, he can do it all. He can do this. He can do it. It's like, dang, man, you gonna do the resume every time he gets the ball?
Hey, but that just like, but that's how we feel about him too.
That's a fact.
Because He go hard. He got intensity. He played within his role. He passed. He rebound. He made deflections. He tipped the rebound. Like, he don't even get the rebound, but he going for it. He tip it, then other players get it. Like,
listen, Seb said an interesting thing, that how is he almost averaging the same amount of rebounds as Cat? But listen, it's more about Josh Hart is special.
Yeah,
at his position. Because Cat, if he didn't end number 1, he was definitely number 2 in rebounds this year.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. So we all loving this Knicks right now. What about Denver? Coming back on OKC. How y'all feel about that?
Oh, so Denver got the first the win?
Yeah. Like right now, all the home teams lost. In the second round, all the home teams lost.
Yeah, wow. I was bugging off of it because, initially I didn't think Denver was going to make it to the second round. So how I felt about Denver with them getting rid of their coach and everything. I was like, oh, they about to hang it up. And I've been wrong a lot this playoffs. I'm hoping I'm gonna do better next round because I'm flaming out round 1 and 2. So Denver shocked me. Like I told you last week. Remember I said I'm a believer in OKC. And I don't know what happened, man.
Well, like, if you ask me, I kind of like it because, listen, the Joker is there, right? MVP. How can you ignore an MVP or not even like give him a chance in any type of series? He's an MVP and he's still playing. Like,
that's a fact.
But I'm still not sold on the OKC thing, man. I'm telling you, I'm not sold on it. They had the best record and everything. I don't know. I'm a OKC hater, I guess.
And the thing about OKC, I hope Jalen Williams. I hope he don't wind up being a Harden. Because he has Harden's game when Harden was young. Harden developed with all of other shots and all that when he went to Houston. When he played OKC, he had moves, but not like the bag he took to Houston.
Nah, that's a big fact.
So I just don't want him to be like that. They say pressure bust pipes. So we'll see. Yeah. We'll see. And that's why I think that's where Kevin Durant need to go. I think Kevin Durant should finish his career in OKC.
I always thought he would.
Yeah.
I always thought he would.
I like that. Yeah. I like that.
But let's get back. Let me get back. I got ADHD, so I'm all over the place. Hey, but
that's right.
But this is the thing. Jokic, to me, my nickname for the Joker is Captain Caveman. Yeah.
Captain Caveman?
Yeah. Like Captain Caveman, if you remember, he was strong and he had that stick that he used to use, right?
Right.
And he used to destroy things with that stick. That's why Jokic is. Jokic is probably the most dominant player I've ever seen. Even over Shaq. He's the dominant player I've ever seen. Like, Shaq did it different because Shaq was athletic.
Right.
Jokic will take a game over like I've never seen before.
Yeah.
I mean, he has 60. Like, he does, like, and Shaq had a 40-22 game with 5 assists. Like, it's a few players. Like, but Jokic he's doing this, and his team needs every bit of it. He's not even winning by 30. They needed every rebound last night. They needed every point last night. They won by 2.
Yeah.
They needed everything. So right now, and I want Shea to get the MVP. But Jokic is the best game. He's the best player in the game.
Mm.
Some people, yeah. Sometimes we say his defense. If a guy give me 42 points, 22 rebounds, and 8 assists, motherfucker, you ain't got to go down the other side. Let them play a 4 on 5 down there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Because what you doing down here is ridiculous.
Right.
Now, I'm not going to do no hating thing. I'm going to give the utmost respect to Jokic. Like he's playing great basketball. He has for a long time. It's amazing that he does that with like little to no athleticism. Like it's just like he got a gift, man. So listen, all you can do is respect it. And like you said, he pretty much carried that Denver team last night because they needed everything that he gave them. Everything.
Definitely. And the Cavs and we already spoke on the Cavs. No, I said last episode that Indiana might beat the Cavs. They didn't play yet because they have a system. When I was talking about Rich Carlisle's system. So right now the Cavs is down.
Right.
Down 0-1. We're not even gonna give them no light. They playing tonight,
Yep.
My man Smitty Lowe said, don't be stamping the time, but I want y'all to know this real time, this playoff time. So matter of fact, Cavs is playing right now as we speak.
They're playing right now. They're playing right now.
Play.
Now, the only thing with the Cavs is that Garland was out. Their point guard is out.
Yeah.
So that's a major impact, whichever way you look at it. But listen, man, Indiana is another team that, man, I don't like these dudes, man. I do not like these dudes.
Why?
You know what I'm saying? Like they beat us. They beat us in the playoffs. Everybody was hurt. Everybody and their mother was hurt. So I'm not even counting that.
Oh, so that's why you don't like them. You don't like them because they beat them last year.
Got you.
Listen, Halliburton, to me, Halliburton is overrated.
Back in the day.
Yeah, but the thing about it though, Ben, last year when I watched the playoffs with Indiana, they built different.
They definitely have a system.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
They built different, and we don't even know who their best player is.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a big fact.
You might say Siakam, and then we might say Halliburton. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not a believer in Halliburton.
Well, I'm actually impressed by both of them.
Okay.
Siakam and Halliburton. I was impressed by Siakam all the way back there in Toronto, the way he stepped up and played.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he got to Indiana, I think he had that first season was a little rough, but him and Hal worked it out. They figured it out, and them dudes be balling, man. Like they playing ball, and they dangerous because it's almost like they sneaky playing ball. Like you don't even know what happened until you lose.
Well,
they just sneaky.
They definitely put up a lot of points. They're definitely one of the highest scoring teams in the league this year, I believe. They want to play fast, but I don't know, man. I don't like them.
I don't like them either, but I realize they good, and I realize how they make worker teams. Like I'm trying to think how many games did we win against them last year?
It was. Listen. I think it was just 2.
Check that.
Okay, so we didn't go to game 7. Okay, and we had the better record last year too.
Yeah. But we went in with no Randall because he was out with the shoulder. We went in. Mitch went down. Like everybody went down in the Philadelphia series or whatever the case might be. So then when the one that hurt the most was OG, when OG pulled the hammy, and that was it for him for the rest of the year. It was like we have no firepower. You know what I'm saying? Like we were just sitting there like, what the heck? It was too hard to score.
Yeah, I get it. Check it out. Yeah, I know we rushing right now. We speeding through it. We're gonna get on to Minnesota real quick, and then I'm gonna get the GOAT metrics to 2 players. So I shorten the list, and I got 2 players right here. But how do y'all feel about Minnesota and the Golden State Warriors that's playing tonight?
Yes,
You know what? Because you know how I feel about Jimmy Butler. And any team in the playoffs with Jimmy Butler. But it's something about that experience with Golden State. And one thing I've learned is when you fire up Jimmy Butler and you fire up Steph Curry, you got a problem. And Ant-Man love to do that type of talking. And it's not going to be a good look. He going to have to really show up. So I'm anticipating like a really good game tonight. Do they play tonight or tomorrow?
They play tonight.
Yeah.
And
I'm definitely watching. I'm definitely gonna watch the highlights on the way to the bus, man.
It's gonna be a high impact game.
Well, I'll put bags under my eyes. I'm watching. I'll shoot y'all a text. But I'm watching.
I'm gonna stay up for that one.
That's a great series right there. Listen, I got Golden State coming out of the West, believe it or not. I'm gonna stick to my guns on that.
Wow.
Yeah, I got Golden State coming out of the West. The only thing with them is like they ain't got no center. Who's Golden State center?
Yeah.
I got.
But they always play small ball like that. They've been doing that for a while.
I got Minnesota in 5.
Minnesota in 5.
Yeah.
You got Minnesota in 5?
In 5. I think right now.
Wow.
Golden State went with Houston to 7 games.
Okay.
These
boys ain't Houston.
That's a fact.
Okay. Now Houston, they were doing the same thing Detroit was doing. The physicality was getting to Golden State.
Yeah,
the physicality. And Houston is actually, they're a little more talented. Van Vliet, he had that game, he couldn't miss. Yo, I don't know what the hell was going on with him. He could not miss.
Yeah, now he'll have those games every now and again.
Yeah. No doubt.
It's just that they didn't have no star power. Like right now, Minnesota top 2, almost 3 players is better than everybody on Houston. Almost the top 3 players. If you want to put,
it's close.
If you want to put Rudy Gobert in there with points, rebounds, and blocks and all that stuff, ain't nobody on their squad doing that. So if you say and Ant-Man is definitely better than all 2 players, and Green showed us that he's just the best out of them. He's not the best when you have better players on the floor.
Right.
When he was playing a series of matchups, he showed us like he ain't built like that yet. He's a young boy, so I'm not going to throw him under the bus. But he has to go through some growing pains, and he's going to have to, somebody got to mentor him, be like, bro, you got the talent, but you can't give us, you first of all, you shouldn't be doing single digits in the playoff. You're not Draymond Green. You know what I'm saying? You know, he's giving us triple singles, man. What he doing?
I knew that was coming, man.
I feel like Minnesota gonna make light work of them.
Listen, and let's not forget about Curry, okay? Let's not forget about, and I don't know if that's a segue because we got Curry coming up here. Listen, and I've seen this guy in the playoffs, man. I've seen this guy, and if he's a competitor, you know what I'm saying? So his Ant-Man want to bring the tactic and talk shit. Listen, Curry, it's gonna fire him up. So if you got him firing, you know, and he's launching threes from all over, it could be a problem. And then Jimmy just holding everything together.
Mm-hmm. You know, the thing, I was rooting for Golden State. I said Golden State could possibly win a championship. But when I see what Minnesota did to the Lakers, I'm on the Minnesota bandwagon. Minnesota bandwagon. And we just said the Lakers didn't have a big man, and you just said the Golden State don't have a big man, and they got Nas Reed, what's his name? Right? And they got Rudy Gobert, and they got length, they got McDaniels. It's gonna be a lot of problems for Golden State. If Golden State missed some shots, it might be gentleman's sweep or might be a sweep.
You know what? You said it perfectly. That's what it's gonna boil down to. Because their inability to rebound.
Yeah.
So they got to shoot a high percentage shots in order to win a game. So I actually agree with you on this one. I might even say, you know what, Minnesota in 5. I think it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be a hard fought. I don't think it's going to, I don't think it's going to be any blowout games. I think every game should be, a close game. I don't think it's going to be no 20-point blowouts. But I think Minnesota might take them in 5. You might be right. I'm looking at a gentleman's sweep.
Ant-Man is the new hitman.
Listen, but you guys haven't been watching. Buddy Hield is going to have Ant-Man on lock digging.
Yeah, but the funny thing about it is it's going to be hard for them guys to get shots off with that length. So,
yeah,
undersized guards is shooting the lights out, but wait till McDaniels and these other guys be in their face. So we're going to see how that goes. And then Buddy Hield and Steph Curry can't check nobody.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
I was just joking about the Buddy Hield. Obviously. He can't he don't know what defense is. But surprisingly,
I'm glad you said that.
Surprisingly,
I was like, damn, what Benny watching?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You guys didn't get the joke.
Nah, it's funny now.
But
hey, check it out.
Buddy Hield is hitting his threes, so
no.
Be careful.
He was on fire the other day.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so check it out. We're gonna go through this real quick. I'm trying to wrap this up very quick. All right.
All right.
So Kevin Durant was number 21 last week. So tied for 21 is Oscar Robertson. That's 14 years. A GOAT metric score of 123. He played 1960, 61 to 1973, 74. He has 1 chip for 10 points, 6 assist titles for 60 points, 1 MVP for 5 points, Rookie of the Year for 5 points, 11 All-NBA for 33 points, and all-time assist number 9 for 10 points that give him the GOAT metric score of 123. What do y'all feel about Oscar Robertson's career? Benny,
amazing career. Benny, I mean, you can't say nothing about it. That's Mr. Triple-Double right there. Before triple-doubles was a thing, he was doing it. Like, I couldn't see him being anywhere else. I actually thought at one point he would have been a little higher until I looked at his actual numbers. But, I mean, a player like that, he deserves to be where he is. I would definitely put him in the top 25 of all time, anytime. Mm-hmm. So I think he's definitely in the right place.
Okay, B, what you
No
feel?
doubt. No doubt, no doubt. I agree with that. I love the 6 assist titles. That means, you're a true you got the court vision. And like I said, like to me, when I'm watching basketball, so he was the original of the triple-double. Then it was Magic. And then you get other people like Jason Kidd fall in place and all that. But to me, he was like, when always looked at a triple-double, they always mention Oscar Robertson. So to me, that's like, and we all know him like as the first person that averaged a triple-double. That's the way I grew up, you know. So to me, that's legend. That's legend numbers right there. So he's definitely in the right place, or maybe, like you said, he should be maybe a little higher.
Yeah, yeah, and I feel the same. And to his discredit, I think steals and blocks wasn't recorded when he first came into the league, so that hurt him out a lot because he probably could have had more steals and maybe even some steals titles or whatever in his younger days, you know. And then he came in a rough time of scoring because he was in the Wilt era and what's the guy? I can't think of the guy. Not Jerry West, the other guy that played over there for the Lakers. I can't think of his name.
Billa.
Yeah, he came in their era where scoring was at an all-time high because a few times he averaged 30. I think he averaged a 30-point triple-double when he had his triple-double. But he didn't even lead the league in scoring because there was so many guys putting up ridiculous numbers at the time. But here goes down of his career stats. He averaged 25.7 points, 7.5 rebounds, 9.5 assists, which stands heavy even as today. And then 1.2 steal and 0.1 blocks. I think Oscar Robertson, you know, sometimes I want to put him in the top 3 point guards of all time. I think a lot of times we don't give it to him because of like we didn't really see him like that. He's like the guy that we was told great, and by his numbers and everything, we could see that he had a great career, but we kind of look at the guys that we actually watched and that we seen. So with him, I feel like he had a great career. And to me, he should be top 5 point guards all time. It just, you might have to knock like Jason Kidd because Jason Kidd is ahead of him. But so it's like, who would you knock out? Because, you know, you got Bob Cousy, Stockton, Magic, Jason Kidd. It seemed like I'm missing somebody. Chris Paul.
We would take out Cousy.
Yeah, Chris Paul. You're so many guys. But that's how I feel like. I feel like Oscar Robertson, Mr. Triple Double, and he won a title with Kareem.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. I'm surprised that he only got 1 chip. But I guess he needed that supporting cast. So when he teamed up with Kareem in Milwaukee, they got that chip.
Yeah, definitely. So now we go to the 23 spot, which is Stephen Curry, the light-skinned assassin, Mr. Turn before the shot go in, you know. He got 15 years, even though he's in his 16th year right now. You know, GOAT metrics stopped last season. Like, it started last season. So everybody awards will go up who get him this year. So he played 15 seasons. He got 115 GOAT metric score. He played from 2010 to 23-24, which he's in the present right now, but this was 23-24. He has 4 chips for 40 points, 2 MVPs for 10 points, 1 finals MVP for 5 points, 2 scoring titles for 20 points, 1 steals titles for 10 points, 10 All-NBA for 30 points. Stephen Curry. All right, B, we go over to you first. Sev went first on the last one. How you feel about Stephen Curry?
Listen, man, this guy is special. 4 chips, 2 scoring titles. Let's talk about that. 2 scoring titles. He's what? 6'3", 6'4". What other guard at that height won scoring titles? You know what I'm saying? Like, this guy, best shooter we ever seen. I think everybody's clear on that. And he's an assassin. And that's what he wants to do. I'm surprised about the steals. That's interesting. But yeah, man, listen, I don't want to play against him. I'll tell you this much. Like, since he's been in the playoffs, I made a lot of money with him. So that's why I know. Betting, people that betted against him always lost, and I always made money on that. So I would never doubt him. That's why I'm staying with Golden State. But Curry, hey, he's just special, man. I don't even know what to say. He's a freak.
How you feel, Sav?
Well, I knew Benny was going to give the whole Reggie Miller speech for Josh Hart to Steph Curry. I knew he was going to show the light-skinned brother all kind of love. You know? And just for the record, what guard we saw score like that, it'll be Allen Iverson.
Okay.
Let's not forget
that. Great minds think
right?
I thought that.
Yes, sir.
He had a scoring title.
Hey, I got 4.
Hey, I got 4.
4? Oh wow.
4 scoring titles.
Okay.
Yeah. But this ain't about AI. It's about the quiet assassin. And
No
I'm gonna give Steph Curry all the respect in the world. All jokes aside, when he first came out, we weren't really sold on him. We didn't know if his ankles were going to hold up, if he was going to be as good as he is, but definitely the greatest three-point shooter I've ever seen in my life. When I was coming up, we all wanted to shoot like Reggie Miller. And this dude, Steph Curry, when you change the way that the game is played, that says a lot about, who you are and what you brought to the game. Because you got guys 7'4" out there shooting, talking about Steph Curry with the shot. The dude is amazing. He really is. I'm glad that he finally won a Finals MVP. He got that shaken off his shoulders, But I don't think it's nothing I can say that hasn't been said about Steph Curry. He'll go down as the greatest three-point shooter ever. I don't necessarily say the greatest shooter ever, but definitely the greatest three-point shooter ever. 4 titles. Like, he beat a lot of the greats that we consider great now. He beat the LeBrons, the Durants, you know what I'm saying? Like that. And he did it with a homegrown team. And I'll just leave it at that. And just to say this, Steph Curry would definitely be top 3 point guards of all time to me. Definitely so.
Okay. I got the ball in my hand to end what I'm going to say about Steph Curry. But let's look at this. Let's look at his stats real quick. He averaged 24.7 points a game, 4.6 rebounds a game, 6.4 assists a game, 1.5 steals, and 0.03 blocks. That's just a little context. Yeah, the 2 scoring times is impressive. The 4 chips is real impressive because it's in the era of LeBron James as well. Steph Curry, the day, he said, I don't know who asked him this. Somebody asked him, the commentator or the announcer asked him, like, what you want Golden State to remember you as? He said, a winner. Nothing else to say. Steph Curry, I got the ball in my hand because when Mike played, and me and Benny, we the same age